Welcome to this week's special presentation titled Enter the All-VectorVest Portfolio Challenge. It's so easy, anyone can do it. And folks, we mean what we say, so let's take a look. The All-VectorVest Portfolio Competition, just some quick reminders here. I know Jerry covered a lot of ground last week and Dr. DeLito's already written up a number of times about the competition and the views. But simple reminders here, the goal of the competition is to develop an automated trading system that makes as much money as possible from October 30th to December 29th. There's going to be some extremely valuable prizes, so not entering doesn't even seem like an option to me because you never know. Even if you don't really even know what you're doing, you might come out a winner. And there's some good cash prizes available here. The All-VectorVest Portfolio Competition, as stated earlier, is slated to begin and will begin October 30th, 2017. So it's just around the corner. Do not delay getting registered. Our competition boot camps have been going on now for a little while and have been extremely successful. I definitely encourage you to take advantage of some of the video training that's available up on the boot camp training website. They will continue on all the way up until October 27th. Those bootcamp training sessions, folks, again, are being recorded, uploaded, and archived on vectorvest.com/bootcamp. These recordings are free and will be made available to all subscribers. And we've been putting a heavy focus on even the end-of-day subscriber in that video training, so please check it out. Registration runs until midnight Eastern on October the 23rd, so go ahead and visit vectorvest.com/avpc to get registered and do it now. It's very simple. Just as a quick illustration, once you go to that link, it's going to take you right to this page. Looks like we've got 10 days, 10 hours, 47 minutes, and 48 seconds to go. All I got to do is come over to the right, put in my first name, put in my last name, my email address, and click Submit. Once you do, you'll get a confirmation right on your screen and also an accompanying email that will be sent out to you directly afterward. Also, a friendly reminder, we're going to be adding in the portfolio that you're going to create the trading system in right into your portfolio tab in your platform. And so all you're going to have to do is fill out the Genius and let her rip over the weekend heading into October 30th. So they'll be populated after the close on October 27th, so nobody gets off to a false start. If you're someone who wishes to enter a custom search, you must submit it by midnight Eastern on October the 16th to the following email address, customsearch@vectorvest.com. I know Jerry's been watching the bin and sending a nice confirmation email letting you know that we've received your submission and all looks well. As a friendly reminder, folks, all of the links can also be found in the strategy section, so there's no reason not to get this done. If you're having any trouble at all, do not hesitate to call our product support team. They're the best in the business, and just simply dial the number. We're here to help if you have any questions on the registration process, even on the design of your trading systems. We'd be glad to walk you through a few things. All right, with all of that out of the way, I thought it would be appropriate just to give you some insight into a current competition that we're running internally. We've not reached the end of the competition yet, but there's already been some fast starts out there with several of our employees. Actually, I'm pleased to say there's 111 positive portfolios in just the last 2-week period. Of course, we have a good market, don't we? But still, terrific results, and we wanted to share some of those with you. So let's take a look. So as you can see, and I know Jerry has shared with you the results page last week in a special presentation. So I'm not going to recover in as much detail all the navigational pieces, more so just to report on some of the performance here and show you how easy it is to create a trading system for yourself that can make some serious money in the stock market. Right here at the top with our top competitor, it's up 16.37%. Just started a week ago Monday. A little bit off the peak of the performance, as you can tell. But let's dig into this just a little bit. So with this one, got a little bit of volatility in the portfolio, don't we? It wasn't long ago this portfolio was up 30%. And you can see down below there's still some mighty big winners in there with Voyager Therapeutics, just to name a single one, up over 25%. If we come over here to the right, let's take a quick look at the trading system and what was done here. So, hey, one of my favorite timers right there at the top, the green light buyer. We've been teaching the green light buyer for years, and that is simply buy stocks the next morning after you receive a green light in the price column of the color guard. What could be any easier than that? Over on the left in rules up, after you get that green light, we're going to fill from the Derby. Interesting. If I click on fill from Derby, here you can see that the Derby results were sorted by return on investment. That gives you the poppers. Boy, there's been a lot of stocks popping out there in the marketplace lately, hasn't there? Some of these little guys like Sorrento Therapeutic and HMNY, just to name a couple. For our Derby subscribers out there, looks like a different little twist here than a lot of the testing that we've been doing. Buy and hold was the analysis mode used, and it was a 5-day trading range. So it looked at the strongest strategies that have performed the best over the last 5 days if bought 5 days ago and held to the current time before you buy the position. Sorted by ROI gives you the strongest performer over that 5-day period. Very interesting. Aha, look at the stop. Back to the basics with RT less than 1. That's going to give those poppers a lot of room. Room to run up and also some room to run down. So I think that's part of the phenomenon that you're seeing with the equity curve in the portfolio. The interesting thing, of course, is it gives them room to run again. And so we'll see how things turn out for this competitor towards the end of the competition. But it's I love the simplicity in design, and really relative timing below 1. You know, it, like I mentioned, it gives those winners an opportunity to run for you. So we'll see how that works out by the end of the competition. This person also decided to try to maintain 10 positions, and really just a lot of the basic settings here. So there wasn't a lot of work done other than we're filling from the Derby using the buy and hold analysis mode. We're favoring the top performer over the last 5 days by way of both strategy and stock. And then we're managing those positions by RT less than 1. Out to the right, I really like the creative spirit here in that the person has realized that the market has really been performing well this year, and there's been very little downside so far. Now, many of our astute investors out there may realize that the MTI is quite high on the scale, but even so, nice little effort here in that not going to go short when we receive a confirmed down call. And in the neutral situation, we're just letting our winners run. So really, we're managing the stocks very carefully with the relative timing less than 1 in the end. So another potential pitfall here throughout the term of this competition is if for some reason we were to enter into a confirmed down at that stage, as these long positions would continue to run along. So that could be a very interesting thing as well. So sometimes you can learn some really interesting stuff by studying these trading systems and making some observations. But so far so good, and this is the top dog in the race at this time. Close this out. Let's take a look at the second competitor here. We'll look at the overall gain, 14.89, so right on the heels of the top competitor. You'll notice that the gain loss today, was suffering a little bit more even. Higher winning percentage all in all. So let's take a look at this trading system. This one's had a little bit of volatility to it as well. But if we take a look, another very simple trading system that was designed here. So literally anybody can do this. If you take a look at the rules up, the trading mode here says, of course, buy long. That's a good idea for an up situation, right? Wait, I skipped over something. Look at the timing list here, the RTX kicker. Boy, that's a nice little timing list to try to take advantage of. That was our final improvement on the kicker combos. So on an RTX kicker light, we are going to fill from a 10-day price delta. That simply looks for the stocks that have moved the most over the last 10 days, and you buy those. Hey, we said a lot of stocks are popping, so that's done really well in the current market environment. Something to consider when thinking about the short term of the competition that's on the way. Looking for stocks somehow that are popping in price, right? So the stop that was used here, oh, look at that. Todd will be so proud. Todd did a lot of work in developing the minimums for the profit locker in terms of profit objective, and stop loss. And you can see the defaults were used here. Profit locker target of 50 and your initial stop of 15%. Once again, giving some of these big winners the opportunity to run. This person did elect to cut the stocks down from 10 to 5. And that's really the only other setting that was altered in just the default windows. Selected the timing list of RTX Kicker, selected fill from search and the 10-day price delta from Delta Search's stocks. Okay, you can click on it here and see there's nothing more to it than what I said. Best stock movers over the last 10 days by way of percentage price increase and sorted by VST descending. And let's put some sensible stop losses together here. A nice little ratcheting stop that gives the big winners plenty of room to run. On the short side now, should we enter into a little bit of market capitulation or even potential a little correction, this trading system is built to cope with that potentially a lot better, in that we're going to be focusing on getting some hedges in there at the very least with contra ETFs. There's a nice little strategy in here that also eliminates the 3-time leveraged funds, and it's right within VectorVest in the ETFs Unisearch folder. Under the same name, contra ETFs, no 3-time leveraged funds, sorted by RT times CI to find the smooth sailing upward moving contras. A ratchet stop is used here, which should also give them some good room to run. Remember, our ratchet stop uses our stop price, which is a 13-week adjusted moving average. Also moving or maintaining 5 positions throughout the short side or the down calls of this timing list. This becomes vital on both sides when entering this situation. Don't close any open position, and you'll see that on both sides of the trading system. That allows you to build into that hedging situation where you can still have some longs in your down mode on your timing list, or some shorts in your up mode, or particularly when the market is sideways, you might have a good mixture of both. Clever design by the person that put this together. In neutral situations where the market is really more flat, searching for new trend, you simply do nothing but let your stops rule the roost, or take care of the management of the stocks that you still hold. Very, very nice. If I close this up, let's take a look at one more. Take a look at the top 3. And here is another one. The equity curve on this one is looking really, really strong. You will notice that this one is only carrying 4 positions at the time. So let's investigate that a little bit. Remember, the minimum is 5, right? Well, let's go ahead and close that out. Nice winners in here. Everything's up. If I come over here to the right, I'm going to click on the trading system. This uses the green light buyer again. Really like this timer, in particular in the kind of market condition that we're in right now, where, as we mentioned earlier, just in this video even, the MTI is getting pretty high on that scale, up towards the 1.5 area, in the high 1.4s for sure. So not a bad idea to consider only buying stocks on a green light at this stage, where the market is continuing to make that higher move. When a green light is signaled, this person will buy from Blyer's bottom feeders, which is a great little strategy. It's a little bottom fisher. Find stocks above $2 with an average volume above 100,000, and there's some other factors here. But a great little strategy nonetheless. And if we look at the management, some nice simple management, 25 gain or 10 loss, trying to maintain 5 positions. And when entering this position, don't close any open position. So that if for some reason we're still holding on to some long positions later on, we're not simply going to close them out just because we had another green light. If you did something like close any position here, you are going to have tremendous turnover in your portfolio with the timing list like the green light buyer. This was interesting. Don't repurchase the same stock for 31 days after the sale. And don't buy if a stock, of course, violates your stop criteria. I think this was a change as well here, where we said, or the person that designed this said, don't buy more than 2% of the average volume of the stock. Not sure it's going to have a huge impact on the $50,000 account. However, not a bad setting to have from a sensical standpoint. We come over here to the top right. Whenever we hit a confirm down call, which is the rules for the down situation in this timing list, we're going to go to cash. Not a bad thought. Over on the right, whenever you're in a neutral, you don't have a green light, but you're not in a C down, we're just going to let our stops handle the internal stocks that we're trading in our portfolio. So let me show you how easy it is to build something like this one here. Or really, the effort would be about the same for all three. But one of the things that I really love about this one is it's continuing to tick along pretty well. Go ahead and close that out. I'm going to move right over into VectorVest and let's take a quick look. One final reminder on how easy it is to establish a trading system for this competition. All you got to do is go to the website, register, put in your name and email, and you're in. Then you're going to receive a portfolio from us right into the platform after the close of business on the 27th. And so all you got to do to find it is go right up to the portfolios tab. And one nice thing to do would be just simply uncheck the VV portfolios because it should put it right at the top of your list. And you'll see something, as Jerry mentioned last week, titled 00 either JC or MC. And you'll have your own little unique identifier code. Bottom line, you're going to know that it's not one that you created and one that we put in there for you. So all you got to do is click on it, come up to the top right, and put that trading system in. So here's where the genius lives and breathes, in the top right corner of your platform. All you got to do, folks, is click on Edit. Come over here, click on Build a Custom Trading System, and you're off and running. First decision to make is the timing list to use. So the final one we were looking at there, use the green light buyer. All I got to do is come over here to the right, click the down arrow, click on the green light buyer timing model. It gives you a nice brief summary of when signal is received for your trading system. The next thing to do is just click on Automation Rules Up. Remember, that's the only one that was filled out for this trading system. Essentially, I'll get to that in a minute. But what I'm going to do is fill from search. So if you want to follow something more like what the top competitor was doing, you can fill from Derby if you're a Derby subscriber. And this again is more for the Midnight Cowboy or the non-Derby subscriber, where you can fill from search. When you buy along, fill from search, you can then come right down and select Blyer's bottom feeders. Or even if you have no idea where to go, just pick one. But I'm going to go over here and sort alphabetically. Come down the list and go to Blyer's bottom feeders. BMB, and I've got it selected. All the person did next was click on stop, go to gain loss, type in 25, and leave it at 10. Slide over to more settings, change it to 5 on try to maintain 5 positions. Slide down here a little bit, and on this one here, limit repurchases, just make sure I don't repurchase for 31 days. Not totally sure that that's even going to be necessary for you to do, but I'm going to follow the explicit rules. So I'm going to slide down to the very bottom, and also not sure this will have a huge impact during the competition. However, we are going to make sure that we don't buy more than 2%. All I've got to do now is simply make sure that I go to the following 2 automation rules and make sure that we're simply going to take no action in the neutrals and go to cash in automation rules down. What could be any easier than that? All I got to do is click finish at the bottom, save it, and this thing will be off and running in no time as soon as the competition begins. Because remember, you're going to set it up on the weekend. One of the things that you'll notice right now is we have the spinning yellow circle indicating that right now we are in no action. We're in a neutral situation. Quick check of the home page would indicate we're working off of yesterday, and yesterday Remember, these are end-of-day timing models, except for those Lucky Derby subscribers that have the DTI. We'll note that we're working off the yellow still. So this will be looking to buy stocks Monday based upon the green light that we've received today. So that's all this trading system really does, guys. The green light buyer, great little system. Anytime you receive one of these green lights and we can just scan back, you'll pick up a batch of stocks. And you'll buy them as of the next morning. Then you're going to let that very simple money management do its job. 25 gain or 10 loss. Unless you hit a confirmed down call, then this system would go to cash. Some of you may want to put contra ETFs in there or something else. But we just wanted to give you one last little glimpse at how easy it really can be. Pick a timing list, pick a search, pick some stop losses that make sense, and away you go. One last little check of the competition, and I just wanted to pass along a couple final thoughts. One of the things that I noticed is that 3 of the top 5 trading systems, as I went through a lot of the results, all use the profit locker. And guys, I know services out there that sell stop criteria, and that's all they do. That'll sell you stop criteria for more than $1,000 worth of product. We gave Profit Locker away for free to all you guys, and it is a phenomenal stop loss to consider. We've seen a lot of success in the prior competition with things like a 5 and 20, 5 and 25, and we're seeing a lot of success in this competition, giving some of these popping stocks a little bit more room with the 1550, just a base Profit Locker stop right out of the box. So Profit Locker is phenomenal, and it's something everyone should take a look at. And that's going to do it. Remember, get out there and get registered. You have till the 23rd, midnight the 23rd. Get out there and get it done. All you got to do is go to vectorvest.com/AVPC. That's going to conclude today's presentation. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the Q&A on Monday.